Hey, how you guys doing? It's Andrew again. We are going to talk a little bit more about chords. The last lesson we talked about some basic chords, and we will have more of those in the future. But today we're going to talk about bar chords. Ooh, the dreaded bar chord. Everybody says, most of my students who've ever quit have always said that they couldn't do bar chords, and that's why they stopped playing guitar. Well, it's not as mystical or impossible to do as people think. Let me show you one. We talked about the E chord in the last lesson, which was this one right here. Our first finger was on the first fret of the third string, our second finger on the second fret of the fifth string, and our third finger on the second fret of the fourth string. And we strummed all 6 strings. Basically, this is what's called a movable shape. This shape right here will move up and down the fretboard in different positions. And with a simple bar, which I'll explain in a second, we put our first finger down as a bar to kind of move the nut down and shorten the length of the neck. So what we're doing here is we're taking this, again, we're going to play the same chord, but this time we're going to use our second finger on the third string, our third finger on the fifth string, and our fourth finger, our pinky, right there on the fourth string. And we're going to move this up 1 fret, and we're going to lay our first finger down on top of the first fret, covering the whole first fret. And the focus on this is that for the high 2 strings, the first 2 strings to sound out with our first finger, and this low string, the 6th string, to sound out with our first finger. Those are sounding out good. The rest of the strings are covered by this chord form. We moved it up 1 fret, so now what we have is an F chord because the very first fret is the F. We move it up 2 more frets, that's a G chord, very similar to this chord, this G. Now we're playing it like this with the B, but you notice we still have this E shape involved in the chord. This is the E form, so this would be called a G chord with the E form bar chord. If we move it up 2 more frets, it's now the A chord. 2 more frets, the B chord. Again, still the same exact shape. That's how bar chords work. Bar chords are basically just taking a shape that you would play in the open position and moving it up. However many frets you want to go. And it now is a different chord, yet still the same shape. So as you see, bar chords are a little bit easier than everybody makes them out to be. So there you go.